Welcome to Friday Night Rivalries. This week's edition, it pits two of the best teams in the Triad. Also, two of the best teams in the state. It's the Southeast Guilford Falcons taking on the Grimsley Whirlies right here on Friday Night Rivalries. Welcome to Friday Night Rivalries. I'm your host, Walter Johnson, and this week's show features two of the best teams in the state of North Carolina. Southeast Guilford comes in at 3-0, and they've been dominant thus far this year. Grimsley comes in 3-0. They too have been dominant, and I expect a great game tonight, and I think you're going to see one on Friday Night Rivalries. First for Grimsley, they tune up with a double two-headed monster at quarterback. That's right, Ryan Stevens, 291 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He's the senior. And then they have a freshman, Faison Brandon, has 253 yards passing. He also has 2 touchdowns. The running back, Mitchell Summers, he's out, folks. So it would seem like Southeast would have the advantage in the upper hand. Defensively, Grimsley is stout. They have defensive lineman Ja Jarrett. He's a Georgia commit, averaging 7 tackles a game. They go along with Bryce Davis, who also is averaging 8 tackles a game. He's a sophomore defensive end. On the other side of the ball, Southeast, I tell you what, they can be explosive and have been explosive this year. And that was noticed the other week when they beat Dudley High School 29-7. Southeast comes in. Bryson Serrano, 443 yards passing with 7 touchdowns. Tyshawn Wall, their running back, 277 yards rushing. He has a touchdown. I tell you what, Cameron Williams playing wide receiver, he's getting it done. 11 catches, 191 yards, and 3 touchdowns. All this guy does is catch big-time passes. And they have a defensive lineman named Jordan Dollard. He's averaging 4 tackles a game. He has 3 sacks, 3 tackles for losses. He's 6'5", 250 pounds, and he's a grown man playing against boys. I tell you what, it's going to be a great game. Stay tuned for all the first half highlights right here on Friday Night Rivalries.
Captains for the Grimsley Whirlies, number 1, Khalil Stimson, number 3, Alex Taylor, number 9, Nolan Albright, and number 50, Henry Harden. The Whirlies are coached by Darryl Brown, and our captains for the Falcons tonight, number 5, Bryson Serrano, number 6, Cameron Williams, number 32, Camber Alcorn, and number 50, Cooper Ryan.
Touchdown number 15, Ryan Stevens.
9-12 to go in the first quarter. It's Grimsley 7, Southeast nothing.
Superstore, proud sponsor of the Southeast Guilford Athletic Department. Discount Savings Superstore has been in business for over 12 years, specializing in all of your home needs. Owner Sean
Grimsley 7, Southeast nothing. Taylor, backer made by number 9. That's the end of our first half. The first half score, Grimsley 14, Southeast nothing.
Welcome to halftime of Friday Night Rivalries, and at halftime, folks, we have a pretty good game going, but it's pretty one-sided at this point in time. Grimsley is ahead 14-0 behind Ryan Stevens' touchdown run early in the first quarter, and then Jakarian Maynard also scored a touchdown to put Grimsley up 14-0. Second half, it should be fun. We're going to see what happens. So you can catch all the highlights of the second half right here. Watch now on Friday Night Rivalries.
Thursday touchdown number 15, Ryan Stevens. Extra point is good, 8:53. That's McDonald's restaurants are proud.
Behind your bleachers.
Number 22, Dashawn. Passing away to number 14.
That'll wait.
Well, safely have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week here in Southeast. Reminder to our Whirly Nation.
Good evening and welcome to the post-game show, folks. I tell you what, today we saw the best team in the Triad, possibly the best team in the state of North Carolina. We watched the Grimsley Whirlies dismantle Southeast 35-7. I tell you what, the halftime was 14-0, and then Grimsley came right out. 7 plays, marched down the field 64 yards, and Ryan Stevens punched it in to go up 21-0. And at that point in time, it was pretty much over. But then Southeast comes back, they score, they're thinking they can get back in this ball game, and then once again, early in the fourth quarter, with the game still on the line, Ryan Stevens busts a 53-yard run to seal the deal for Grimsley. I tell you what, this guy was fantastic tonight. He did it all for Grimsley. 88 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 137 yards passing. And then the other guy, Jakarian Maynard. He had 86 yards rushing for him. He also had 2 touchdowns. Grimsley just too tough for Southeast, and they win the ball game 35-7. Our player of the game is Ryan Stevens. I tell you what, he was fabulous. But on the defensive end, Ja Jarrett was just as nice. Not only is he tackling people and sacking people and tackling folks for loss, the 315-pound guy is also getting interceptions, and we'll show you that right after this. Stay tuned to more Friday Night Rivalries. What an exciting play of the game by Jarrett. The 315-pound guy can get it done all over the field. We had an opportunity after the ball game to talk to the coach and several of the defensive players that just stood out for Grimsley, and here's what they had to say.
How were y'all able to hold this team to only 7 points?
A lot of work, yo. So practice came in strong, team working together. Coach said it's gonna be a dogfight. It's pretty good O-line. You know, we had to do what we had to do. It's pretty much everything.
That interception, what did you see for that play?
Coach said it's always finding the ball. Ball was over my head, so you know I had to run, man. You know I was like, had my Gronkowski on. Come on. So yeah, I had to work with it.
Yes, sir.
3 rushing touchdowns. How were you able to get around? What did your offense do for you today?
My offensive line was great tonight. I think the scheme was really well today. The coach prepared us really well all week, and we just executed.
Okay. What did you see around that last touchdown run? It was big.
That last touchdown run, I just followed my offensive lineman outside. Guard tackle pull. They didn't make the tackle. I broke it. The rest was history.
How are you going to use this game to go forward playing Northwest?
We're just going to watch film and get better every week. I didn't have a long season last year, as everybody knows, so we're just going to watch the tape and get better week by week.
Your defense came up big tonight. What was the game plan going in?
Just dominate. We had a few plays. We knew they were a smaller line, so we ran a 3-man front and just tried to cause havoc on the line.
What did you see on some of the plays when they were running early in the game?
A lot of down blocks, you know. They were trying to run the ball. I thought early they couldn't do it with the O-line though. They couldn't hold us up front.
And your defense held them down to only 7 points. What do you contribute that to?
It should have been 0, but I think the whole defense is just tight as a whole. We're a family. We just play together.
Yeah, growing closer every week, you know.
It's a team sport.
Yeah. We all working out there, getting better every week.
Sure.
All right, Coach, you start the game with an onside kick. Tell me how big was that play to set the tone for the game?
Yeah, well, it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be just a little sky kick over to our right, and kicker just kind of missed it a little bit and got it in the air, but didn't really get any distance on it, and they just kind of misplayed it, and we were right there to recover it. So that was a big start, because then we went down and scored early. So you know, that's a big start to the game.
You started the game without your starting running back. What'd you tell your offense? Because your running back came in and your backup running back came in and they played really well.
Yeah, well, you know, Jacarion's has been a big part of our team the last 3 years in different ways. And last year was an all-conference safety, and he's just a guy. He's an athlete. He can do a lot of different things, and we like the ball in his hands because he has a different speed to him. So I thought he had a really good game tonight, filling in for Mitch, and having him and Khalil and Mitchell all back next week will be big.
Tell me about your defensive play tonight.
I thought our defense played outstanding. Flew around on that side of the ball, pretty much controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part. You know, got off the field on some big third downs when we had to. They're a good offense, so they're going to move the football and drive it on you. But overall, I thought we played really well defensively, and I think we're getting a little better every week.
What's the one thing you think you still need to improve on with this team?
Yeah, we got to quit hurting ourselves. Got to quit making too many unforced mistakes, penalties that put us in bad situations, and not making good decisions with the ball. When we got 2nd and 1, taking a sack, making it 3rd and 12. And got to stay out of those kind of situations. Those are not good down and distances for any team, especially us. So just making better decisions and just quit hurting ourselves. If we can do that, it'll help us out a lot.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivalries. As we told you, the final score, Grimsley 35, Southeast 37. I want to thank you for tuning in, and as always, you can catch us each and every week on GCS TV2 and on the internet at www.tenwebtv.com. Again, thank you for watching, and stay tuned all year long for great high school programming.